back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, coming to you from, a studio remote, quite frankly. But we are going to spend a little time, certainly on the west side of Michigan, but all over Michigan today. Right now, we're going to go over to Kentwood, Michigan, over by Grand Rapids, and spend a little time with Saudin Hodzic. He is the owner of Fresh Coat Painters. Saudin, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you guys?
We are, generally speaking, we're about above the national average, so we're happy with that.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
So let's talk a little bit about Fresh Coat Painters. Give us a little bit on that company and kind of a recent startup, are you not?
Yes, Fresh Coat Painters is a nationally owned company, so I'm locally owned and nationally backed up. So we have around 170 franchises in all over the United States, and so I decided to go with Fresh Coat because it just gives you a peace of mind as a new businessman.
All right. So you're a franchise, basically. Is that correct?
It's a franchise, but it's actually you're locally owned, but it's you have a franchise backing in case when you do actually big commercial jobs and stuff like that. You have a big team that helps you out and supports you like a family.
Oh, that's good. How about people? Are you able to get people? Because that's always a challenge these days.
As far as the workers,
Yes.
yes, it's we I have currently right now 3 employees, and we just recently opened like 3 weeks ago. Yes, it's not hard if you're doing it right.
Yeah. Okay. Good for you. Listen, I don't know if anybody picked up, but your accent is not Michigan.
No, it's not. I am originally from Bosnia, ex-Yugoslavia. I came in the United States in 1998. It was a war over there, so I'm a war child. So I kind of escaped that, became a refugee here, and I built my own career and my own life, a new life, let's say.
Well, and if you don't mind, let's talk about that a little bit. I had the experience of being in Tesla during that Bosnian conflict with some of the NATO forces, and it was not a great place to be. Tell us your story.
It's not. It's actually a horror. It's a horror story. I would not wish it on on anybody. It's civil war is one of the worst things that can happen to anybody. Um, it's really bad. It's I mean we everybody watches news, and I try to stay away from that because it just does not bring a good image about it.
So tell me about how you wound up in the United States.
Well, I did have a family here. Usually, when you do apply to it, it goes through a Red Cross. They send you all over the states. We were not sure where we were gonna go until we find out that we had family members over here too, and we requested to come here, and so we decided to come to the Michigan.
Okay, so you came through the Red Cross, made application there, and then they kind of helped you get
Yes,
through the whole thing.
correct.
That had to be a terrifying experience, but also maybe took a deep breath when you finally hit the United States.
It's a challenge. You did not know English. I did not have nothing. I only had a bag with few papers in there, and that's about it. And I had to work really hard to get where I am right now.
Tell us a little bit about your background, because when you first came, this franchise jump for you was a big one. I mean, you were in a different industry, were you not?
Yes, it is. I worked in hydraulics for 18 years, and I had a good time there. It was a good place, but it was just time to make a step with all inflations, with everything going on in the world. I wanted more freedom. I wanted to be my own boss, so I decided to open a business. I did have some remodeling company in the back that I was doing on the side, and that really ended up being really successful. And now I decided to open a franchise as well. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. We're very happy to have you here. So you're just stepping into this now. Tell me your enthusiasm level, and how's your wife feel about you leaving a job, et cetera, et cetera.
It came unexpected, to be honest with you. It's one day I just decided to walk away. It was more like a mutual agreement, and I just had to make that big change. And I look at my kids every day. I have 3 kids. I have two girls and a son. And every time I wake up in the morning, it's I always look ahead and be like, hey, what is the next thing I can do so I can provide them and make sure they have also a future. And with this franchise, they're gonna have a future as well. Hopefully, they take ownership later on and continue. It gives them a peace of mind and at least some kind of how to say it. Something to work on.
Well, it'll be a nice legacy for you to hand on, considering where you came from, what you escaped, etc. And I'm so glad you shared your refugee story. And glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Continue good luck, my friend, and let us know how you do.
Will do. Feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you, guys.
All right, Saudin Hodzic, owner of Fresh Coat Painters in Kentwood, Michigan. You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.